If you want to know what's going on with the Cornel West campaign, you're in the right place. Here goes a couple of updates. Dr. Cornel West did an interview with a magazine called Truth Dig, and Truth Dig asking the same old questions. Dr. West, if it comes down to it and it's just you and it's Biden against a horrible Republican, what are you gonna do? How many times they're gonna ask Dr. West the same question? We plan on going all the way to the end, and that's what we plan to do. He said the same thing he's been saying. But then he put out this video on Twitter. X.
I plan to go all the way. I'm not dropping out. I'm not endorsing any one of these candidates leading to either civil war at home or world war abroad. We are going to work to get on the ballot in all 50 states. We are going all the way.
Is that crystal clear enough for people? For now on, Dr. West, when people ask you, are you going to drop out the race? Say, hey, go to my X profile and click on this media and play the video. You shouldn't have to answer this question every time. Say, hey, I'm tired of answering that question. I keep answering it and it ain't changed. It's the same question, the same answer since the beginning of the campaign 4 months ago. I'm going to the end. I'm not endorsing Biden. I won't endorse Trump. Let's go. There are people that won't support Dr. Cornel West just because it's Dr. Cornel West. You say you want certain policies initiated. And you say you want to see these things happen in this country, but you don't want to get involved politically. Well, then how do you expect them to happen? If you got another plan on making these things happen, I understand, go ahead and do that. But political means are here, and someone's going to win. And it's important to have our issues on the table, and it's important to have a voice. But it seems like some people would rather for us not to have a voice and for us to just sit back and talk on YouTube. And I like talking on YouTube. That's what I do. That's what my company does. I have a small business. I make content, but I'm also concerned about my kids. And I'm concerned about my grandkids. I'm concerned about the future of this country and the future of other countries. I'm concerned about the world. So I'm involved politically. But it seems like some people just want to hate on Dr. Cornel West for the most trivial matters. Dr. Cornel West took some money from somebody I didn't like. We gave the money back. Yeah, but he still took it and then he gave it back. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't entertain such nonsense. We got real problems going on. In some of these states, black people are homeless at staggering numbers. San Francisco, to name one. Like 45, 50% of the homeless population. We're only like 10% or 5% of the population overall. So that means we're disproportionately affected by what's going on in our country as far as housing and employment. There's no affordable housing. There's no employment that's paying us a livable wage in order to live indoors. So all I'm saying is we got a candidate that sees life the way we see it, that sees the inequities and wants to do something about that. So I must support that. Because sitting back and complaining just ain't getting it. Let's put someone in the fight for us who's going to speak up on these issues on the national stage and go from state to state talking and galvanizing people around this movement. That's what I think is important. So right now, we have this opportunity because we got a lot of Americans who are so beyond frustrated. They're looking at what's happening. They're looking at us send money to Ukraine. They're looking at us send money to Israel. They're looking at us do all these deals across the nation. Across the globe. And they're like, what about the American people? So people have had it up to here. And everyone's paying attention. And now's an opportunity. Now's an opportunity because people are so ticked off with the Republicans and with the Democrats and with the media. We don't trust the corporate media. So this is a watershed moment for us to get involved. This opportunity may never come again. And I got people that instead of getting involved, they want to sit back and pick up their money, run their businesses and make revenue off shitting on, and I'm sorry, but that's what they're doing, throwing this campaign under the bus because it benefits them financially. Or they got some petty gripes that they would have with anybody at all times. They're going to have a problem with no matter who's running. But what I'm saying is Dr. West has the better policies. There are people that say that they will never support Joe Biden because Joe Biden is supporting Israel in the war in Gaza. And I understand how they feel that way because they've drawn a line in the sand and they said, you know what? Joe Biden's gone too far. I cannot support this. I get it. My thing is, why don't you understand how I feel about reparations? Why don't you understand how I feel about a black agenda? I've drawn a line in the sand the same way and said, you know what? If the Democratic Party cannot pony up to the table and support their most loyal constituency, what good are they? They're not going to be able to hide behind, I can't get the Republicans to go along. I'm tired of hearing these lies. I'm tired of hearing the excuses. I want policy on the table. I want the Democratic Party to pony up and do what they need to do in order to secure our vote. So the same way that we have people drawing a line in the sand on this war, I'm drawing a line on the sand, in the sand for black Americans. You know, we know how long we've been talking about these issues. Go back, check out Jesse Jackson's 84 campaign. You know what was in his policy? His policy standpoints? His campaign policies? Reparations, a black agenda, universal health care. That was almost 40 years ago. Almost 40 years ago. And we're still sitting there talking about it. It doesn't mean we stop talking about it, but we got to recognize the sense of urgency we must have. We need to make some demands of the Democratic Party. We need to have this opportunity, take this opportunity for what it is. So that's what's happening with the Cornel West campaign. It ain't perfect. In fact, I want Dr. West to update his language on reparations and say, hey, we don't want to study, we want reparations. Cut the check. Cut the check. I want to say, we need a black hate crime bill. We need a law that if you kill black people in this constitutionally, you were doing this based on racism, racist beliefs, you get a separate charge for that. That's an extra charge. I want that on the books. I want to make that demand. Black people deserve to feel comfortable and safe in their own country. A country they built for free against their will. So that's what we demand. That's what we expect. So we got to have certain initiatives for black folks. And don't tell me that you support black Americans if you don't support black Americans. Because supporting us will be wanting for us what you have. And last time I checked, the median white family is worth 8 times more than the median black family. This is unacceptable. We will not accept this. So Dr. Cornel West's campaign is going forward, and we're supporting it because it makes sense. The policies make sense. And I think Dr. Cornel West will be receptive to our demands for even more sterner language in his policy prescriptions. And that's where I am. That's what I support. That's what we're doing. And there's going to be a campaign rally on the 16th, Thursday, November 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You go to CornelWest2024.com, you sign up, RSVP, and become a part of the Zoom rally. It's the kickoff rally, guys. So let's do that. Let's be a part of it. I hope you're excited because I'm excited about what we can do with this. There are going to be people that can't stand Dr. West. There are people that are against Dr. West, and that's the reason why I haven't been covering them, because they've been taking shots at Dr. West. And I'm not here to cover them. I'm here to cover the Cornel West campaign. I'm not here to cover haters and give haters publicity. I'm not a marketing firm. I'm not a brand builder for haters, so they can build up their view counts on content that's dumping on Dr. West. They want to be relevant by taking Dr. West down. I'm not going to contribute to that. Dr. West has been fighting a good fight for 40 years. Let's take it to the next step, and let's now take this to the campaign and make this campaign more viable by supporting this campaign. Because those haters, those people that have a lot to say negative about Dr. West, I haven't seen some of them support any candidates. They're basically apolitical. They can't stand politics. And I get it, I understand it, but I can't take you seriously because you're in the wrong lane. You need to be over there promoting whatever you're into. And some of these folks are just in it for financial gain. And I really don't have patience for that. Yeah, if your whole idea is that you want to make a living off of dumping on Dr. West, or if you're upset because Dr. West didn't hire you to work in his campaign, or he didn't make you a consultant, or whatever your ulterior motive you have, you are garbage. We grown people, we got grown things to do. This is for adults who are serious about the future of this country, is serious about the lives of those people that they love and their neighbors. And we know the way things are going, we can't allow the Democratic Party to continue to do nothing, take our vote and run. And that's not going to work. It's time for us to do something new. That's why I say it's a new day. There are folks all across this country who have big followings. They have platforms. And what are they doing with their platforms? Promoting nonsense. They won't fight for Dr. West. They won't fight for this new opportunity. Yeah, everybody's got a microphone, but everybody don't have a backbone. They got a following, but they're not leaders. So I'm behind Dr. West because I believe in this campaign, the possibility that America is fed up just enough that we might make a real dent, that we can make some real changes happen. So join us here on this channel where we make that a reality by doing our part. Help us spread the message. Go to CornelWest2024.com. Look at the campaign policies. All those policies that you see making sense in America, in this country, and abroad. Does that make sense? I won't knock you for your stances. Don't knock me for mine. Let's build together. But I will not compromise. Black America has done enough. We've suffered enough. It's time for us to walk out into the sun and see some real changes in this country. And I'm not going to accept Joe Biden can't get it done. I won't accept the mean Republicans, Mitch McConnell won't let them. I'm not listening to those excuses. It's a new day. All right, guys. That's all I got. I'm Tim Black. You know what to do. Go to jointimblack.com. Become a member of this show. If you really support this content, you want more of this content, be a part of it. Remember, we can't count on corporate media, man. Corporate media is garbage. Corporate media is there to make money off of us. Corporate media will silence us. They're censoring what they say. They're not telling you the full story. I want you to know the full story. And to support that, we got to have black independent media that's willing to call out even black faces in high spaces that are stabbing us in the back without traces. We must erase their footprint. We must make sure that they are not the last voices that are heard on these issues. They are lying to the masses. No more passes for them. Dr. Cornel West is in the arena. Instead of knocking the man in the arena, won't you get behind him and support him? Got suggestions? Offer them. Want to volunteer? Volunteer. Got a couple dollars? Support the campaign that way. But sitting back hoping that things get better without actually being a part of the solution, that's not going to get it done. It's up to us if we want this to actually be a new day.
You're watching the Black Digital Television Network. Become a subscriber for the best in Black thought on the internet. We keep it 100 just for you. And remember, it's a new day.
I'm not endorsing Biden. I won't endorse Trump. Let's go.
Accept no imitations.